Welcome back. New at 9. Within a year, two horrific crimes stunned St. Louis. From a speeding car in downtown St. Louis that crashed into a Tennessee high schooler to a Clayton man shot dead as he confronted a group believed to be breaking into his car. The suspects in these two separate cases were on a GPS ankle monitor. Tonight in a new Fox Files, investigator Mitch McCoy takes an in-depth look at electronic monitoring and if the risk is worth the reward.
Hello, good to be with you. There's no way to predict who will break the law or if the decision to put someone on an ankle monitor will backfire, like it allegedly did in two different cases. St. Louis County opened its doors to the Fox Files, though, and the specialist tracking defendants.
These little cords on the end, they have to see light with each other.
After the cable connects,
They're called tamper plates.
it's time to check
So now we'll just listen for the click once I get this in.
and double check
The click means that it's in there. That's on, we're tracking it.
before Lawson Burgess can begin tracking.
If you're in violation, every 15 seconds the system will ping a point.
Burgess is a St. Louis County case manager. He monitors 13 people wearing an ankle monitor. He's first to know and first to alert the court and prosecutor if someone's in violation.
I'll let them know the time they left where they were supposed to be or entered where they weren't supposed to be, what addresses they went to and what time they returned and the duration of time they were in violation.
And then you're hands off.
So I will check up if within 7 days if they don't do anything. I understand that sometimes things fall through the cracks, but I try to make sure that I can let everyone know who needs to be notified.
Since 2022, St. Louis County Justice Services has monitored 142 defendants.
There's definitely repeat offenders who it's almost a daily occurrence, at least bi-weekly. I would say the majority go without violation.
Most of the violations that we have are generally user errors.
Randy Holman is the Deputy Director of Administration for St. Louis County Justice Services. He says most of the issues relate to the device battery dying.
In the event that there is a violation, we get a report the very next morning. We're immediately notifying the prosecutor's office as well as the courts.
The county is one of several options when it comes to ankle monitoring for defendants in the 21st Judicial Circuit. Those under Burgess's watch typically have a public defender, and the monitoring service is free through the county. In other instances, though, defendants go to a private company for monitoring, paying about $10 per day. There are questions why he was allowed to bond out, which is what happened months before Joshua Harris died in his Clayton driveway. Turnell Johnson is one of the men charged in the homicide. Court records reveal Johnson failed to abide by the rules of his GPS monitor. The Fox Files has been told the battery died. Prosecuting attorney Wesley Bell said at the time that they were not officially told about the dead device because it was filed as a pre-trial assessment with the court and not filed as a GPS violation alert.
We were not CC'd or notified of that particular letter.
The Fox Files wanted to know more. Why was the information about a dead battery filed this way? After all, Burgess says if it's on his watch, a dead battery is considered a violation alert, not a pre-trial assessment.
As long as you get a full charge, you have at least 24 hours of battery.
And it's the person's responsibility to charge it?
Yeah, and if it goes dead for 1 minute, that's a violation.
Again, Burgess and the county were not tracking Johnson. The Fox Files try to talk with a private monitoring company to learn about their policies and how they operate.
Mitch, I'm with Fox 2.
The CEO has repeatedly ignored our request for comment despite numerous calls and emails. In a different case involving the 22nd Judicial Circuit in the city of St. Louis and a totally different ankle monitoring company, Daniel Riley allegedly ran over Tennessee volleyball player Janae Edmondson back in February while out on bond. She lost both her legs. Court records reveal Riley violated the rules of his ankle bracelet at least 30 times, 10 of which involved a dead battery. Both of these cases that happened in less than a year have left doubt for victim advocates.
There are folks that are out there that are committing these very violent crimes and they're not being monitored.
It doesn't send a comforting message.
These aren't the only cases. The Fox Files found two more in both St. Louis City and County. Last month, a judge ordered a 44-year-old homeless man to wear a GPS ankle monitor in December after police say he broke into Northview Village Nursing Home, but he never showed up for it to be installed. A new warrant has been issued for his arrest. Then there's 53-year-old Pierre Kirkwood.
I had a bumpy ride coming out the door.
He's accused of shooting his wife. Prosecutors say Kirkwood laughed at his ankle monitor installation back in November when he allegedly said, quote, "You might as well take this off me." Prosecutors claim he's violated his ankle monitor multiple times. The judge gave him one more chance before throwing him back in jail because he has not violated his monitor since December 8th.
What do you think about what he said? He gave you one more chance.
Yeah, right. Yeah, he did. He did his job, right?
We do everything possible to protect the community.
Back inside the St. Louis County Justice Center, Holman says it's a balancing act to reduce the jail's population while keeping public safety top priority.
From a operational standpoint, and jail management is extremely difficult. We face the same workforce issues that every business is facing.
In the 21st Judicial Circuit, it's unknown how many people are actually on a GPS ankle monitor because of all the private companies that the court uses. In the 22nd Judicial Circuit, which is the city of St. Louis, 372 people are on an ankle monitor. For the Fox Files, I'm investigator Mitch McCoy.